Okay, let me continue. Right. So what we saw earlier is we have drawn the IV characteristics of Q2. Okay, and Q2 is obviously it is a PMOS PMOS transistor, right? So all these values which you see, the VGS2 minus VTP, all that will be in modulus, right? So that the shape of it is not inverted. It doesn't look inverted. Okay. Anyway, now what I'll do is for Q1, I will draw the IV characteristics and I will merge the IV characteristics of Q2 and Q1 to obtain the VTC curve, right? See, this you must have already done in your while drawing the VTC curve of CMOS in the last semester, right? You had a curve like this. Okay, you had curves like this, then like this. Okay, wherever you have points of intersection between these two points of intersection, both the transistors, PMOS transistor and the NMOS transistor, will be in saturation region. All right. So the same exercise we'll do now. So first I will draw for Q1. If you have any queries, let me know. Don't be silent. Okay. The different colors. Right. This is I'll call this as ID1. ID1. This I will call it as say V0. Remember, if you look at the diagram, V0 is the drain source current of drain source voltage of Q1, and this current I will call it as ID1. Okay, so I'm drawing ID1 versus V0. V0 is simple. V0 is VDS1. This is actually VDS. All right. So when I draw that, for different values of VGS, I get different VGS curve, different curves. Right. Now, what I'll do is I'll superimpose this IV characteristics of Q2 upon this curve. Right. So what will I get? I get it like this. Extend this a little. Okay. So remember, this one is IV characteristics of Q1. This IV characteristics of Q2. Okay, IV characteristics of Q1, IV characteristics of Q2. So what I've done with IV characteristics of Q2 is I have taken the mirror image of it, okay, and shifted the entire characteristics by VDD, right? So this point here becomes VDD. Okay, I'll make a note here. Note mirror image shifted mirror image of IV characteristics of Q2 by how much amount? By VDD. Okay, so that is what I've done. Shifted mirror image of IV characteristics of Q2 by VDD. Okay, you have to imagine here. This I have taken mirror image. Mirror image means it will come like this. Okay, then I have shifted it by VDD. So it will become like this. This will become VDD. this, and I have imposed it on top of the IV characteristics of Q1. So that is what I've done, right? So there are 2 points of interest here. Okay, one is say this point. This point, I'll call this as point B, and this I'll call it as point A. Point A and point B. All right. Now, copy this again. All right. So here, a little bit. So here, this, okay, this is actually no. If I consider this point, okay, if I consider this point, okay, this is actually I will call it as VOB. Now this I will call it as VOB. Okay, this one I will call it as VOA. Remember, they are output voltages, right? So VOB and VOA. All right. Now, if you think of point A, okay, the region between point A and point B is when both the transistors Q1 and Q2 are in saturation. All right. Remember, if you look at point A now, okay, from point A onwards, the saturation region starts for transistor Q1. Okay, from point A onwards. Before point A, it is triode region for Q2. It is triode region for Q2. Yeah, we'll repeat again. I'll write it in the form of table. Okay, first point. Before point A. Okay, before point A, if you look in the graph, you can see this is Q1, this is Q2. Okay, before point A, Q1, which is green, color coded. This is Q1, this is Q2. Better. Before point A, Q1 is in saturation region, whereas Q2 is in triode region. Okay, right. Between point A and B, between points A and B, both of them are in saturation region. Both of them are in saturation region. Okay, this you can observe in the graph. So if I take any random point here, that point is, this at this point you can see that Q1 is in saturation as well as Q2 is in saturation because both the currents will be constant. All right. Now if I take before point B, actually this is after, not before. This is after point. So before point B, what happens? Your Q2 will be in saturation region. Remember, it is a mirror image, so it will be in saturation, but Q1 will be in triode region. Right. So this is what I wanted to show. It is evident once you start looking at the graph. Okay. Now I've designated point B as in the y-axis as VOB and point A as VOA. So both these points, VOB and VOA, that is the turning point where your MOSFETs, your Q1 or Q2, will start transiting from triode region to saturation region. Right. So if I look at this VOB, Okay, if I look at VOA, VOA is actually uh, VGS minus VTP. Remember, it is for Q2. Okay, it is for Q2, but the entire curve was shifted by VDD. So we have to add a VDD minus 1, right? Remember, this much is VGS minus VTP. This difference is VGS minus VTP. Since we start from 0, right? So we write VGS minus VTP. But here my Q2 IV characteristic is actually starting from VDD. So this much difference, VGS minus VTP, actually I have to take it from VDD. So VOA is VDD minus VGS minus VTP. And VGS is actually VGS2. Okay. Any queries still here? Have you understood this part? How I got VOA? Okay, fine. Then VOB. B is the turning point where Q1, this is for Q1, where Q1 changes from triode region to saturation region. So VOB will be simply VGS3, VGS1 minus VTN. Okay, VTP here is threshold voltage for PMOS, VTN is threshold voltage for NMOS. Okay, so VOB here is VGS1 minus VTN. So these 2 points you must understand. Okay, I'll repeat again. VOA is the corresponding voltage of point A in the x-axis. So in x-axis is anyway V naught, right? So I'll call it as V naught A. B corresponding point is V naught B. Remember, point B and point A are transiting points between triode and saturation region for your respective Q1 and Q2. Point B is the transiting point for a triode to saturation region for Q1 transistor. Q1 transistor is your NMOS transistor, and point A is the is a corner point or the transiting point between triode region and saturation region for transistor Q2. Okay, for transistor Q2. All right. So when I write for VOB, VOB is straightforward, right? VOB is VGS minus VTN, VGS1 minus VTN. Remember, to attain saturation, the minimum condition is VDS minus is equal to VGS minus VT. Correct? Minimum condition VGS minus VT. This VDS is nothing but VOB in this case. So this VGS becomes VGS1 because it is pertaining to transistor 1, and VT will become VTN. So that is what I've written down. I've written VOB equals to VGS1 minus VTN. So first point. Second thing is for point A. Point A will look slightly complicated. In fact, it's not complicated. It is actually this. See, if you look at the IV characteristics of Q2 in the first graph which we have drawn. Okay, the first graph. In this graph, this was 0. Okay, it was starting from 0. That is why this point became VGS2 minus VTP in modulus. Right. So, but what I've done is I have taken the mirror image of it and I have shifted it by VDD. Right. When I shift it by VDD, it looks like this. Right. But the difference between these 2 points will still be VGS2 minus VTP only. But when I measure it, okay, when I measure it on this axis, then I have to subtract the difference from VDD. So when I do that, I get this. Then VOA is VDD minus modulus of VGS2 minus VTP. Right. So these are the 2 points which you must try and understand. Okay. VOA and VOB. Okay. Because in problems, what they do is they'll give you a CMOS implementation like this, and they will ask you to find the coordinates of point B and point A. right? Then it will become a little tough, right? So for that, you have to try and understand the concept behind this, right? So if I draw the VTC curve for this, VTC curve for Q1 and Q2. Okay, when I draw the VTC curve for Q1 and Q2, right, it will look like this. This is say V naught. This is say Vi. Okay. So this curve, you know already how it is. You go like this. Will not touch zero. It will be like this. Right. This is the curve which you get. So that point A, which we marked on this, on the above curve, this curve, that will be here, point A, and this will be point B. Right. So this coordinates will be VOA. This coordinate will be VIA. Similarly, this is VIB, VOB. Okay, VOA, VOB. All right. Here, I'll define another region. I'll call this as VTN. I'll call this as VTN. So this will be region 1. This will be region 2. This will be region 3. And this will be region 4. Okay. This you have already learned, I believe, in your previous CMOS. Okay. So region 1, Q1 is cut off. Q1 is cut off. Why? Because VTN is not approached yet. Region 2, Q1 is actually in saturation. Q1 is in actually saturation. Q2 is in triode. Okay. Q1 is in saturation, Q2 is in triode. Third region between points A and B, Q1 and Q2, both are saturation. Okay. Fourth area, Q1 is in triode and Q2 is in saturation. Okay. So this is the VTC curve of Q1 and Q2. Okay, because why I have to draw VTC curve is because you have complementary, you are using complementary transistors. At load, you are using PMOS, and your amplifier is actually used in, you are using NMOS, right? So you are using complementary transistors. That's why you have to draw VTC curve. Okay. Right. Any queries till now?